the perfect Winter's Curse, just vacuum them into the curse after, and you're good to go, right? You set up for the Impale like that. I mean, the advantage you have is that you can just walk in with Nisha, really with a Surge, and might even be able to outrun a Ravage. Like, unless it's a point-blank Ravage, the Surge might be able to save you from it every single time. Tentacles are kind of slow, and Nisha is not going to be in point-blank range ever. I don't know, we'll see. I think the Tiny has to do a fair amount in this early mid-game to get a bunch of kills, deny the Darkseer, deny the Leshrac, and then when you have the matchup Troll versus TP, that's where you really shine.
We shall see. A lot of times teams go looking for an answer to one of these high magic damage dealing mid laners, like the Tiny, or sorry, like the Puck, the notable one. They will go back to this Tiny. I think, I don't know. I kind of like Alliance's proposition for this draft, to be honest. I think they can kind of, the thing is, like, I think it depends who's setting the pace. No, of course. I mean, they're two TI teams, right? Neither of these drafts are going to be like, you know, oh, this one's going to be an easy win. But I think, like, the way I kind of see this game going is going to be a little bit more secret, looking to try and get these fights started. And with proper warding, with decent vision and good positioning, I think Alliance just have a little bit better counter initiation. I mean, it's hard to say that against a Wyvern. Close game.
I think you have a lot of good tempo control on Alliance, though. I agree. Leshrac versus Tiny, the Tiny does get kills much easier. Lesh can get objectives easier. But, of course, if you're taking objectives, then the Tiner is going to defend in those objectives, right? And that's what he wants to do exactly. Wait for the Lesh to overextend, ravage him, murder him, and unless the Surge is ready to save him. To me, the 2 points that are very important here, more than the bottom lane, which it doesn't really matter if Tide or Troll get farm, is if top lane the Darkseer can shut down the Terrorblade, because it's honestly entirely possible with the Nyx, and if in the mid lane, Nisha can do a decent job of farming, or if Limp will start getting kills once he hits the level 3 on both Toss and Avalanche.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty important. Quick little D-ward to make sure that Secret can rotate supports to and from that top lane, look for some stacks, really do just about whatever they please without having to fear Limp, just rotating away and getting a cheeky stack steal as he pushes the wave underneath the tower at level 1. But Nisha doing well, CSing under pressure.
Yeah, as a Lush, you don't struggle as much lasting under tower as long as you use that Lightning Storm, as Nisha's done a bit. So, out of all the range shears lasting under tower, I think you're kind of okay at doing so. Early levels, you're going to lose against the Tiny, though, because of the attack damage alone. But then once you get a couple points in Edict, and you actually have some damage, hell, maybe even when you get to level 6, you should be able to push the Limp out of lane. Not that he minds, because he wants to be pushed out of lane anyway to go for kills elsewhere. Particularly bot, I think it's what he wants to do. If you can kill the troll early, you can deny the farm, depending on what Tomba's build is.
For pretty popular build we're seeing, double gauntlets of strength just for a little bit of extra HP as Hanskin zoning away Puppey with the LSA, making sure you can't get free damage out from that Arctic burn. Yep, so we're preparing to skip a wave here, trying to force the issue underneath the tower for Nico Baby. Cheeky little bit of damage out from the bushwhack, but can't let Nico Baby close the gap. Not enough stun there.
Yabzor is trying to... Oh, nice. They stopped actually the wave skipping here. Yabzor was trying to do. Well played by FNG. And now Zaya has to go and fight this. They go attack FNG, but it's only level 1 Iron Shell. It's going to succeed for now, it seems like. FNG, there's the reflection. He's still going to 90 Iron Shell. Zaya just too slow. And the Fairy Fire heals so much because his base HP is so little.
Really, really nice positioning out from Zai. Just body block in there, making sure that the only avenue of escape wasn't really open for FNG. Healing self up to full HP. Pretty low base strength here on the Squirrel, unsurprisingly. But buying, I mean, it's still a small win for Secret. Not really too much used, and that's potentially a healing salve that was meant for Nico Baby, who is already all out of regen. Absor reflecting the stun. Is going to be taking a nice bit of damage, but my goodness, so much damage out from the Acorn shot.
Gotta lie, a bit lucky there. You got the bounce right onto him. So maybe that first blood wasn't justified. Maybe the FNG would have died there to the Iron Shell, but if you're playing around the level 1 Iron Shell early, I feel like you played a bit too aggressively. Now you finally get your power spike, but Nyx is dead. At level 2 Iron Shell is really when you actually are a hero again for Zai. And now you can put some pressure into Nico Baby. He has no meta, you know this. Push the lane forward. Look, Yabzor already going in. Go for Nico Baby. Nice vacuum into the Impale. Can they kill Nico Baby? For now, he's surviving. Yabzor diving in the towers to spike Carpus. But the bushwhack, it pushes him back. Yabzor has to de-aggro the tower so he doesn't die there for free. FNG saving his carry multiple times already.
That's a lot of damage done, though. I mean, Zai is staying alive throughout the entirety of it. He can now basically get free CS, denying almost a full wave here, or at least the range creep away. 2 healing salves on the way for FNG, so really invest. That's the 3rd healing salve for FNG in this lane already. So a lot of regen being forced through out from Secret in this top lane. Nyx Assassin with a bit higher base regen should just be able to take a little bit of a timeout here and heal that back up. He's got himself the infused raindrops on top of this, so it's a little spicy in this top lane. Secret continuing to apply as much pressure as they can.
Yeah, they're trying their best, but they're not completely denying that TB's farm. Whereas in the bottom lane, I think Troll is honestly in the same position as the TB, but with a much easier lane, supposedly. S4, okay, Matuman is doing his best to try to murder S4, but with the 2 points in hand, Kraken Shell, the Fervor does nothing. And unfortunately, they can't really get a kill. Lina's even keeping him at bay. Winter Wyvern not too strong against Lina either.
Limp was able to sneak into the enemy triangle as well, knowing that Zai was going to be taking a trip back home. Nice little toss underneath the tower to snag a bounty rune away from him. So now we are going to be -1 bounty for Nisha. About to hit this 5-minute mark. Limp still has his own bounty waiting for him in the triangle, unless the Wyvern is going to look to sneak away. But honestly, I think bot lane's a little bit too hard without this Wyvern here. So Temple able to at least avoid the stun coming from Hanskin.
I mean, they're really doing nothing to the Tide. In the middle lane, Nisha actually fighting against Limp. The ball kicked fully onto Limp. He throws a tree and gets the last hit there. So Limp will actually get the kill before he dies, which means he got all the experience out of it, and that's kind of a win for him as far as he's concerned. Little tip from Limp to Nisha, as Hanskin also tips Limp for some reason.
Zai's going to cut this wave now, look to put some pressure to Nico Baby, who should be able, especially with Conjure Image now, to CS no problem here and prevent the wagon from doing too much damage. Mid laners.
Well, expecting the... Oh, wait, bottom? S4? No, I don't know why there's even an attempt at his life. The Kraken Shell keeps him completely alive with the Ring of Health as well now. Allows him to go for the full hood.
Denial from S4, very nice. 2 heroes mid now, as Hanskin will actually TP on over. I think they're looking for an Ava toss. See if they can connect onto it. Yep, so we're already showing mid. There's going to be the Bushwhack Limp. He's going to get the toss in place. Nisha still alive for now as the regen rune is going to be denied away by FNG. So Nisha is going to need to take that bounty and heal on up, but he would have killed to have that regen rune. Top lane, vacuum onto Nico Baby. Zai going to chase with the surge now. The stick charge is used by Nico Baby, continuing to tick away here to the level 3 Ion Shell, but Zai, without boots, is unable to keep up here with the Demon.
Mid lane, they go again. Yabzor didn't get the kill on Limp, not even minding Hanskin, and they do stun him for now. Nisha follow up with that splitter. Can they kill Limp with that toss? It's going to be a bit more difficult. Limp just got rid of the main source of damage. He's walking to the enemy jungle. He seems free. What can Puppey do? Splinter Plasma is not close to creeps. We have no mana on Yabzor. Limp is getting away.
Yep, absolutely he is. In the meantime, FNG actually doing a fair chunk of damage to Zai is going to force him out at the very least. Because we had to give that power rune, the power rune gets denied rather, so Nisha's got to take that bounty rune that Zai would have otherwise loved to have, as he's now going to have to take a second trip back home. So pretty successful top lane overall by Alliance. Zai still gets a fair amount of definitely experience in, but I would say Alliance definitely coming out just ahead there overall top.
Yeah, I agree. Especially because the fact that the Darkseer, I mean, you can't deny, you haven't denied the Terror Play, and now you can go jungle relatively freely as Limp starts to give him some space. So I feel like Alliance is looking pretty decent here. I was expecting the Darkseer to do a bit better. He was probably expecting himself to do better. That's why they rotate Nisha up top, trying to take a tower as well, shoring the Terrorblade's farm, but FNG's here to defend.
Yep, and again, pretty annoying here. Same build as that we've been seeing all day today on the Hoodwink, 2-2-0 build here at level 4. TB, I mean, and Nico Baby, of course, he knows what's coming. As soon as the Lesh is missing off the map for more than 30, 45 seconds, there's naturally only one lane he wants to gank at this stage. Tower will fall. Not really much FNG could do about it to the Disco Pony. We still have bot lane being shoved now by S4, but Matumba Man might still stick around looking to defend it.
Matumba Man, he's capable of defend this lane relatively decently, and he's not putting his life in peril by doing so, which means that you keep it's a way of putting pressure, right? Despite being able to defend this tower. S4 is not going to be able to push this easily. You're never going to kill him. Like, look at this. He's just tanking the tower. Like, there's no tomorrow. But at least Matamba is not sacrificing himself for this. I'm assuming they have TPs at the ready in case there's a gank, because they have to be wary that there's might be a gank coming.
Of,
oh, Light Struck Array won't catch him, so Matamba will be able to get away.
Yeah. He's going to go top lane and just farm a little bit in the enemy jungle. S4 and the rest of Alliance probably going to quickly realize there's no longer anyone here to push back against, and they will be able to secure that bottom tower with the utmost of ease. Niku maybe going for that first item into the Dragonlance as he continues farming away. Made a little bit easier now by the chipped vest he's managed to find. Secret already setting up the vision to maybe consider a push towards the mid lane.
But Alliance is also setting up the vision to completely defend their jungle in case Secret wants to invade. They know this is the easiest objective after you take a tier 1. You want to invade the jungle, catch the TP, especially with the Nyx plus Darkseer. Instead, you'll have to deal with FNG instead. Like, it's just not that valuable. TP's completely in the triangle, he's quite safe. You have some really good defensive wards. Actually, not just defensive wards, but rotational wards from Alliance to make sure that Secret doesn't have any, or can't use any surprises.
The only surprise I would say at this stage is going to be this ward that Secret to put down in the enemy secret shop. Of course, this is an awkward spot to ward now, especially because they got rid of the very, very OP ward spot next to the tier 1s that used to be here in previous patches with the map change. So just, you know, Secret realizing that some vision there would be nice. It's a really awkward spot to just walk up on. The secret shops are the only places on the map where you have to walk up kind of like 2 steps at once of 2 levels of terrain. So you can kind of get flanked from 2 directions here. Really, really dangerous spot to push, other than the stairwells up to Roshan. So that's where you never want to be pushing against a Wyvern without any vision, for example.
No, Bushwhack for Zai. They still have the Sharpshooter, and it's going to be the neutral creep. FNG is like, Helper smashes it in this tournament. What is this? What is this theft?
They are not. They're not in the tournament, nor are they in TI yet. But they will be playing in the qualifiers later on.
They will be. That is very unfortunate. That must feel bad for FNG. Like, he does all the work. That Helper Smasher role-playing as a carry.
Down he goes. Pretty calm game. Both teams, you know, very willing to propose and then quickly accept the kind of jungle swap. I would say really, you know, everyone respecting the boundaries, not really going too far, not really making any aggressive movements. Nisha is going to finish off now the Hooded Defiance, so it looks like he will be going for that Eternal Shroud build. We've got level 6, now level 7 on the Wyvern. Handskin going for the mana boots early on, probably will disassemble them at some stage for the Aether Lens. Everyone just continuing to farm. When's our first go item here? Even though Hooded Defiance for S4, of course, versus the Leshrac is going to feel real good.
I feel like the first go item comes on the Blink Dagger on Tiny. I think that's when Alliance start
point.
Probably put the pressure up, right? Like you don't really need to do much right now, because all you need to do is put the Tidehunter wherever they're looking to push, and you keep the map under your control. That's why these wards are relatively defensive, with only one somewhat offensive ward in the bottom lane to eventually get kills with the Tiny. And the Secret side, because you know the enemy team has Tide, you're like, well,
top lane.
They're really a point by Tiny, up top. They go, Sharpshooter with a pushback. He's stuck up there, and he's going to die finally. That was a weird interaction. FNG, he has a scurry, goes through the trees, TPs. Oh no, the Helper Smasher again! This time he's not going to get the kill. It's going to be Nisha who steals with the splitter.
Mid lane, there's Yapsor. Oh, I thought that they were actively fighting. Yapsor, though, looking to set up for the kill here. He's got maxed Impale, wants Handskin. A bit of an easier kill here as S4 looking to zone away Puppey. There's going to be the break and the stun. Sorry, the Vendetta no longer breaking, of course, but enough damage regardless for Matamba Man to easily snipe that kill.
Oh.
Matamba could farm up the Fervor stacks here. There's the Winter's Curse onto S4. Another slow. Quickly getting through that Hooded Defiance at the very least, but the toss is defensive back up to the high ground. Matamba still eager to chase for more. Nisha as well, considering going underneath the tier 1 tower. Thought about throwing the splitters, but out of vision as the back wall is unable to find anyone.
Matamba was like checking his computer there while he's hitting the tides. Where's my damage? Did it disappear? What, am I bugged? Why am I not hitting him? But the only way you can actually get damage on the tide right now is literally with the javelin hits. He just tanks the rest of it. Heals back up thanks to the hood. Now even has a medallion. Yeah, this tide worked out nicely against a troll.
It really did. I don't think Matamba's too upset about it. Of course, just kind of choosing to farm, but it's hard to match the just the tempo and the farm that Nico Baby is already setting here. He's sitting already with the full Dragon Lance, almost the Yasha finished up as well. It should be on the way shortly. And here's our go item now, 3 kills apiece as Bushwhack
Look at that.
was meant to bait out Yapzor's spiked Carapace.
FNG is so good, he missed it on purpose.
I think he did. I think he genuinely did, otherwise Nisha would have zoomed in for the kill right there.
What a god. I mean, I don't think you missed that, honestly. That was like way off. You can actually tell where the Bushwhack is aiming more or less by where it stops. And FNG too good. FNG too good.
Oh, honestly.
This is though when FNG's like watching the replay, he's like, what do these casters talk about? I'm just bad. Like, why do they give me so much credit?
Oh,
what is his build this game, by the way? I see a Void Stone. I have no clue what that. It's just a lonely Void Stone. He's not going for the typical medallion.
Put the smoke gank onto Zai. This is the Blink Dagger reveal into the Bushwhack. Sharpshooter unnecessary. Even Nico Baby joining the fun there in case he was needed. That might turn into a tier 1 siege middle as Nisha getting ran down by S4. They've at least nuked the wave, so they'll have to wait a little bit while longer before they go again. But Limp, he doesn't want to wait. He wants another kill. Down goes Puppy. Blink Dagger.
FNG is hitting all these Bushwhacks to make a statement or something. Guys, I swear, I missed that on purpose. Just 2 quick, nice, easy Bushwhacks. Hit the level 8, max level Bushwhack. Level 10 is a big level as well for Hoodwink, as she reduces the cooldown it slightly. By far her most OP ability. This ability is insane, honestly.
This is where I pose the question, what's the Nyx assassin to do in this game? Yapzor, you know, he's doing what he can. He's at least providing vision, which is, I guess, the best thing he can do. Planting some pretty deep and pretty annoying wards. Just looking to get eyes on enemies when they're not showing on the map. But other than that, it doesn't feel like he's got anyone to really, you know, play aggressively with. Not until Zai at least is ready to look for kills actively. And with a first item Hooded Defiance, I don't think that'll be for a while.
Yeah, it seems like Secret is much more, like their draft at least, is much more oriented towards objective taking, forcing a fight 5-on-5, but then you're fighting against a Tide, and you also lose those fights, right? You have really good tower push though with Troll and Lesh, but you're right. I don't feel like you have great pickoff potential. And now Alliance just got theirs with the Blink Dagger and Hoodwink just existing, honestly. And the Blink Dagger and Limp is a major, major deal. I think you can kill anything as long as these two are together. If Lina joins, literally anything.
Yeah, definitely literally anyone. I think Tiny +1 gets through all, well, not all of them at once, of course, but anyone's individual Hood of Defiance at this stage with a bit of bonus damage, maybe a stun out from the Lina just to secure it. So Zai is going for the Blink Dagger. I do like this itemization, as I think that smoke was scouted by Tiny's Illusion. FNG leading them uphill here, Limp behind, ready to go with the Blink Dagger. The Acorn Tree is not going to get a Bushwhack to follow up.
No, that was an Acorn shot. So the tree that you actually plant gives you a little bit of vision. I think he was checking, because it's nighttime, right? So he has less vision. So you check a bit if there's any enemies behind it.
Oh, yeah, so breaking smokes. Limp wants nothing to do with this. They'll blink away. Of course, they don't have a tier 1 tower, so they couldn't reinforce if they needed to. Oh, that's a nice grab, though. Bottled regen rune as Yapzor scouted underneath that or sentry in the river. Eul Scepter's on the way for Nisha. Do we smoke on this? Is this go time?
I think so. It's already there, so yeah. I mean, you just smoked and it was unsuccessful. The problem is you don't have enough map control to smoke appropriately, right? Because the mid lane is pushed in favor of Alliance, so they should be able to smell smoke. You need to push out this mid lane first if you want to be able to smoke up. Otherwise, it's too obvious.
And in the meantime, Alliance got their eyes set on this bottom tier 2 tower with a 50-minute wagon still here. They're even going to bump it with the Solar Crest. Get rid of that Ion Shell creep and go to town.
Radiant structures are fortified.
They even aggressively fortify the wave here, looking to force the issue. Secret, don't think they could really look to oblige them at this stage. Zai's at least going to put down the Ion Shell, but it's onto a creep that can be denied and was even being hit by the tower. At least he's able to dispatch with the creep wave. Puppy is going to meander his way on over. The Observer Ward at least is able to scout a couple more heroes.
S4 is just doing the tanky job, right? If they go on him, just ravage him. There's the TP coming. Okay, they're going for S4. Ravage is still available. Seems like Troll's TPing in quite aggressively. Matumba, this time he knows he can hit S4 as Maelstrom this time, but from behind. In comes Limp and they burst down Puppy. There's no more Winter's Curse. They'll still have a Ravage as well. And they actually cut Matumba in the wrong position. Can they kill him in time? Yes! He can't use the battle trance.
Well, the toss from Limp
gets rid of the Leshrac thanks to the toss and puts Nisha in a difficult position. They're hitting him with all they got. They throw the tree on top of him and Limp yet another time playing with Nisha like he's a volleyball, honestly.
Wait, I can't believe, what is Zai and Yapzor still here? They tried for that cheeky kill into Limp. Luckily, they've got Surge to get out of harm's way,
Radiant's
at least, but could have been a very difficult position. Even Zai going so far as to micro the TB illusion just to really try and get through, but Tiny, again, deceptively tanky. 2k HP he's already clocking in at with that bonus armor. He's not really too concerned with that illusion. 3 dead out from Secret as they try and defend that tier 2 tower, and it just goes horribly for them. They even rotate the Troll Warlord on it, and he doesn't do anything.
FNG continues to keep this lane pushed to make sure that as Secret can't go for any cheeky smokes here. It's actually very smart. The more the lanes are pushed, the more obvious these smokes become, the harder it is for Secret to make plays to get them back into the game. You don't really have the easiest lane cutters. Like, Nisha can sort of do it, Darkseer can sort of do it, but you can also kill them and punish them. And your supports are definitely not the best at doing so. Maybe the Winter Wyvern, if in the right position.
Yeah, I also have to commend these wards coming out from Alliance. I mean, just look at this. This ward placed down after they take the tower, after they force him away, just to see if there's any attempt to counter-initiate. There was, not that they wanted to go back in on it anyway, with Limp on just about 400 HP. But a ward as well, aggressively here, right next to that outpost. As they did manage to get the D ward in mid lane. I was about to point that one out, so Secret dropping
this is the right play.
They might be able to sneak this.
Yeah, this is a very good play. You are Radiant, so you have the rush shot advantage. You know you can't smoke, like I said. You know you can't cut lanes as effectively without maybe losing 1 or 2 heroes. What is your only other option? Roshan. Honestly, it's just the mechanically the right play to at least do something. You can't just idle up out. You can't just keep up farming. And this Rosh might give you an edge in the next team fight.
At least it'll give you a second chance to get that battle trance off YapzOr from behind. Might be able to get a good jump here. The double impale. There's a Winter's Curse coming if they need it, but the back wall, okay, they will throw the Curse just to be able to set up for these kills. S4 is currently being harassed as well from behind by the Leshrac, but we'll ride on board here with Limp currently as it looks like they might be able to take him down. Laguna Blade, though, utilized onto Nisha as Nico Baby showing up with a bit of extra damage. There's the Cold Embrace, but cleaved through with the Dragon Slave out from Handskin. Matumba, as the Surge will end, continuing to chase after Nico Baby, slowed by the Gush, as now it's going to be the Metamorphosis active. They look to still continue the fight as the Ravage here catching 3. They're going to try and blow up YapzOr, but he gets off a stun before he goes. Matumba continuing to chase after S4, but a Defiance active as out comes the Battle Trance. Matumba unfortunately jumping to the illusion rather than the real TP, but will at least get the courier as a nice little desserts on top. 4 dead here for Alliance in exchange for the Lesh, though, so not a free fight for Secret, but still able to boot the enemies out from their jungle.
It was very good, honestly, by Secret. That was a really solid play. Yeah, you lose the Lesh, which definitely not what you were looking for. I think Alliance made the best out of a bad situation. But the initial impale, and then using all your ultimates, like who cares, right? Use everything just to kill the Tiny. You get rid of the main damage source in Alliance. Well, not the main damage source, but the damage source that's the most mobile. And then kiting around the Terrorblade with the picks you have, especially with the Surge, kind of easy. The difficulty is the Tiny existing, right? I was actually surprised by the Ravage usage there. I was expecting Alliance to not use it because, well, the TV was probably going to get away. You already diverted their attention with a Gush because nobody likes being spit on, right? They took offense to that. They went for the Tide anyway. And it seemed like Ravage turnaround was not really possible.
Yeah, I think it was just used just to get that extra kill onto YapzOr, because I think they knew they couldn't really kill the Troll Warlord. I mean, even if they did, he's got Aegis and Battle Trance, right, for the second life. So definitely also a little bit surprised on the usage there. But, you know, honestly, are they going to be fighting within the next minute, Avo? Will we need Ravage in this next minute? We already used Meta anyway, right? So now Meta's on cooldown for about the same duration as Ravage.
I was surprised by the commitment of Meta within the same idea, right? But yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, you're not going to fight anymore. You're trying to avoid fights now because Secret is kind of strong. You're trying to avoid the Aegis anyway.
Oh my goodness. I mean, Nico Baby is just so farmed. He's already got the completed Eye of Scotty, another point booster on top of that, heading into the Aghanim Scepter, because eventually there will be a stage here in this mid-game where potentially there could be a second fight in between your cooldowns here, which I think Alliance are slowly, or rather quickly realizing that is an issue for them, because they just simply cannot contest this tier 2 top push coming from Secret.
Yeah, it's the advantage of Secret Strat in general. Like, you do have some pretty decent ultimates, right? But you're not playing around them. You don't really need Battle Trance to fight in the necessarily. You can always have Leshrac just going in. You have the Nyx Assassin, which is always ready. Darkseer's Wall is just a plus. You really rely on that vacuum. 30 seconds, not that big a deal. So you can kind of try to fight around that Ravage Metamorphosis, especially in the early mid-game when Lesh is much more important. Lesh is, by the way, going to be going for the Bloodstone now.
All right, thoughts on this? Zai finished his pipe before going for the Blink Dagger.
I like it more. I think Zai doesn't need the mobility as much. I like the sustain here a bit more, especially to withstand the Tiny combo. The pipe is really good when you have a lot of single target magic damage, because Tiny has to do that on everyone to be able to get rid of the pipe barrier, of course.
Tumba showing off his BKB mid lane. We still have another minute and 10 seconds of Aegis. There's a Winter's Curse, though. It's onto a couple of illusions. They've managed to catch Lina as well. Matumba BKBing preemptively there as they toss Nisha on back. S4 holding on to the Ravage here, waiting for this BKB to expire. Matumba man, but he's already nuked through the Lina, although taking plenty of damage out from Nico Baby. There's going to be the heal. Out comes the Ravage now onto 3 heroes. There's now the Sharpshooter. Not enough damage for Troll, and even still with Aegis, he will continue to chase. Nico Baby standing his ground as eventually they're going to be able to get the kill. That's just the first life. Bushwhack connects onto 2. As now FNG stunned up by the spiked carapace of YapzOr, scurrying through the trees, outrunning the wild axes or the whirling axes. We might just be able to get away here. Juking around the trees, and he's off and away.
Did you see that, by the way? Lesh using Split Earth preemptively because he knew the Bushwhack was coming.
Yep.
Because if you destroy the tree, you get rid of the stun. Very smart there by Nisha. Small plays, but very, very smart. I liked it. Yeah, I don't know. It seemed like that fight was just Secret desperately trying to force something. Alliance did use some of the resources.
Puppy was
I don't know about this one S4. Yeah, he was baiting. Okay. I think the pipe here, you saw kind of its use, right? It's so difficult for Alliance to just come in and burst someone with a Tiny, or with a Lina, or with the Squirrel, or Hoodwink, sorry, if you have the pipe barrier on.
That's a Squirrel.
Most heroes.
It is a Squirrel.
Yeah, I know.
You're right about that.
I know. I'm just saying, yeah, I want to be proper to the Hoodwink. Respect.
Of course. Of course.
You know, Kappa for all the furries in chat. In case.
Yeah, for sure. Wow. Caught me off guard with that one, just like this Ravage, I think, ended up catching them a bit off guard here. 4-hero Ravage, as soon as the BKB wears off, that's kind of the problem that S4 has here. He would like to BKB and possibly stop Nisha from doing too much damage in these team fights, but without, you know, any follow-up available, with Limp kind of overextended in the enemy triangle, it's just a bit too awkward for them to take this engagement. And there's that Split Earth you're talking about there on the replay.
Honestly, I thought that was really awesome. That was a good play. There's these small interactions with the new heroes, you know, you don't immediately see them, and the first people to do them make them a tendency. Okay, let's see. They're actually trying to flank him. Nice and peel into the vacuum with a power replica in between. Limp, though, stops this by trying to stop Zai, but it's not going to succeed. TP tries to get away, but the BKB on Matumba keeps him safe. Terrorize does nothing there. I'm sorry, the Fear does nothing there. And Matumba, man, will be able to finish off the enemy carry, almost destroy the Tidehunter, all while now having a free tower mid.
Yeah, I mean, you're still right. I mean, BKB was crucial there. Couldn't sunder anyone but S4, pardon me. He was the only viable target he had, but S4 had just about as much HP as he did, so they did do a little swapperoonie, but didn't really work out in his favor. And, of course, Matumba with the BKB already active and the battle trance quickly and easily able to get that kill. Great wraparound out from YapzOr inside to connect there.
So this is one of the advantages on Secret's draft, which is that they get much more out of a team fight than Alliance does because they're sheer push, right? As soon as you can go onto a tower with Troll Lesh, that tower is done for, especially if the enemy team is down. Even if it's only 2 or 3 of them, it's just so easy to push. So it's difficult for Alliance because they have to do so much more to be able to match that. The success, I would say, from Secret. That's why their team fight needs to be superior. That's why these Ravages need to be on point. That's why they can't really mess up here. That Terror Wave needs to be on point by Nickel Baby as well. That BKB definitely surprised him. I don't think he was expecting that immediately.
Aggressive move out from Alliance. So they've got the ultis as well as the regular Metamorphosis ready to go. But Nisha is not going to be caught here by this one, nor will his courier, even doing so much as to evacuate the courier from any danger it might have been in.
Alliance trying to do the same by expanding the map a bit. You take a tier 1, you can at least go into the enemy triangle a bit, force an engagement this way, take advantage of your Tiny.
Setting up an aggressive ward here as well, watching over the enemy triangle, but Secret, I know that area has been accessed by enemies, and they know they can't trust just walking on through there to look for any fights. Wards as well in the mid lane here, currently still standing for Alliance. So moving across the map without a smoke is a very difficult ask right now for the likes of Secret, which would explain why they're just chilling out by the trees. But Tumba split pushing down bottom, gets at least rid of the tower in exchange for the loss of their own off lane tier 1.
Where's the classic new official phrase? Reason for the pods?
I believe new official is our A-stream admin. Shoutouts to him, of course.
Shoutouts to him. I think that should be in the chat wheel. Reasons for the pause. In fact, I would actually use it a bunch. Door. Okay. Classic Dota pause reason. Door.
Door.
They never explain why, just door.
Just door. I mean, hey, if someone's at the door, you gotta go tell them, hey, leave me alone. I'm playing my video
Dota.
games.
I'm playing for $400,000, please.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yapzor. I think they see him. Yeah, Yapzor, what are you doing? Oh, yes, Andis. Never mind, he's baiting. There's a tear away from Nico Baby. He's looking to kill off the Winter Wyvern. Nice Ravage. Going for Yapzor. They're also murdering Zai in the backlines. Yols into dispel that surge. Nico Baby's ready. They don't even need him. The supports do the heavy lifting, and Nico Baby still has the metamorphosis here.
Yeah, they've got eyes for Matumba Man as well. He's trying to still push the mid wave, but they've got wards down here watching him. BKB, but no TP for another minute. So Matumba might just be making the greatest kite play of all time, or he's just delaying his death. We'll see, though.
50-50 Matumba Man.
50-50.
Let's see.
Now we're playing underneath his own ward. Bushwhack's gonna pull him right back. There's Hanskin. Now Nico Baby joining the fun. TP into the tier 3 tower is going to be Limp, who will secure the kill versus Matumba Man. And then that 5 times kill streak.
So that was the result of most of the 50-50, so it was pretty appropriate there. Unfortunately, did not really work out for Matumba. We didn't think it was going to work out either. Alliance get a free kill out of it. So just so difficult to run away from Hoodwink. Honestly, Bushwhack, so strong. I honestly cannot reiterate it enough. This Squirrel got completely forgotten by most regions except for America. And the American teams, and I mean both North and South America, started abusing her. And people were like, wow, she's very strong.
Strong hero, man. Very, very annoying. One of these obnoxious heroes, much like the Anch, you know, who can kind of do as they please. The Sword, man, paying off. Puppey in a lot of trouble. He's got the self-heal. He's going to try and use it. First, the curse is going to come down onto the TV. Sets up at the wall of Replica as well, but Limp dying to the illusion. Nope, gets away on 60 HP. Zai now stuck in an awkward spot as S4 instead looks for Nisha. Sharpshooters, not enough damage, but the TV illusions doing the work. Nico Baby ended up with 2 kills in that engagement. LSA is going to connect, but Yapzor gets off the Carapace just beforehand. There's going to be the toss, which actually tosses back the Zai illusions. Still doing a bit of damage, but Yapzor unable to escape the wrath of Nico Baby, who's just got way too much damage, way too much slow as well with the Eye of Scotty, and a ton of attack range with the Dragon Lance.
Limp is really just playing like an organization game where every time he sees someone that's like trying to run away, but he had an illusion or a hero, he just tosses them back into the team fight. You know, like he's cleaning up his toys here. He got away there because of an illusion, an Invis rune that he had in his bottle, saved up for these kind of situations. Yeah, on point, Limp. I was not expecting that at all. And I was thinking, where did he get invisibility from? Does anyone have a Glimmer Cape? No, Limp just had it prepared. That's why they actually could go into the enemy triangle, because the Invis room, because he know he could actually walk in and get safely out, because they already had ward and some nice vision over the area, so they were kind of safe in terms of using invisibility.
I'm a bit surprised that
playing
Secret
a really good game.
Decided to engage in a fight there. I thought that was just a let Puppey die moment and get back. You know, he was going in, I can only imagine, for the D ward. You know, after his Trolls dies all the way next to tier 3 towers with 5 enemies showing, that's a pretty good time to D ward your triangle. But it just kind of ends up becoming this whole thing that I don't think Secret meant to really get involved with. Especially dropping Vac Wall means even if Darkseer lives, you have no hope of really contesting any next objectives, which of course was second Rosh. And we all know how impactful this second Roshan can be.
Zai. I don't know, can they see him? Oh, they just got him with the illusion.
Out,
not in time.
Limp, by the way, picking up the tree grab shard.
Hanskin?
And the cheese.
Oh, wow. Matumba kind of angry. Didn't get a single ensnare. I think he got 5 hits there, if I could hear correctly. What is his 20% chance? Checking his math.
Nico Baby deciding that he wants now the Eye of Scotty in the first slot and the Acceptor in the last one for some reason. Switching them around.
Alliance seem to be pretty much in control of this game now, map control as well. I mean, Secret's doing the right job of completely swapping how the map is usually played, because they see Alliance dominate the triangle, so they just have to go into the bottom lane, which usually would be considered the dead lane, not anymore, because of where the whole of Alliance is sitting. But this also allows Alliance to just go to the high ground, like why not? Oh, vacuum. They had a 4-staff ready. He's prepared. Nico maybe even built a Hurricane Pike, acknowledging the strength of the vacuum wall.
Yeah, that's can be a real killer. Secret, they're going to go after him, though. They're going to smoke on up and see what they can find. Really, really great hold, though, from Alliance. They know Secret very well. They know that they know they need to get something out from this one. And Secret, instead, they'll head bottom, where they do see Alina underneath a ward that they've dropped here not too long ago. Lots of heroes missing on the map, though, so Hanskin very quickly just looking to run away. BOTs, by the way, on the Lina, just needing someone to be able to push these lanes back and establish equilibrium, thanks to the antics of the Lesh, and also, at this stage of the game, that Matumba is forced to just split push as much as they can.
Yeah, it's not a bad choice as well when you have no target stuns on the secret side, right? You can actually literally outrun Impale, quite literally outrun the Vacuum, unless you get the combo off, of course.
So, real quick, by the way, the last fight, which was kind of just Alliance sending Secret back to the Fountain, was actually Nisha's Bloodstone, like first fight with Bloodstone. So we had already lost the 3 charges. Toss from Limp. It's going to be onto Yapso, who does manage to stun quite a few people with the Carapace. Procking the Anandis now is Limp holding them back, sucked back by the Vacuum of the side. Sharpshooter will secure the kill onto Yapso. Nico Baby thinking about going for more as Nisha gets the Invis Rune active, but they've got a Gem of True Sight on S4. There's now Daedalus finished up and flying the way towards Nico Baby.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Alright, time to go for the tower here. The Bushwhack does catch up on Leshrac though. Send him back. There's the Ravage. Nisha can't go back to his teammates. He's going to fall. Yet again, Puppey also in a difficult position, killed by a single hit there from Nico Baby. Daedalus crit will do the trick. Azai is hoping for the combo. There was no Nyx to follow up though. Nico Baby actually sunders Nisha. Thank you for the free life, says Nico Baby. As he walks back in, he wants to kill Puppey on top of that. Terror Wave activated. That's going to be Puppey dying. GG. Secret wants no more of this match. Terror played too strong. Alliance will win game number 1.
Yeah, really, really nice job out from Alliance. Kind of just, again, a slow game between two teams, I should say, that have met before. I think 2 of the bigger teams in Dota right now, at least in the Western European region, that definitely have clearly studied each other's playstyle. I think, regrettably for Secret, despite open